Welcome back, future AI practitioners. I'm Wisdom Bird, and we're diving deep into 40 minutes of pure AI knowledge gold. Let's get your brain primed for success. The exam has 65 questions, and you'll have 90 minutes. That's about 1.4 minutes per question. The passing score is 700 out of 1,000, which means you need around 45 to 46 correct answers. Question types include multiple choice, multiple answer, and new formats like matching, ordering, and case studies. The exam costs just $100, making it one of the most affordable AWS certifications out there. This isn't a typical AWS exam. It's scenario-based and all about applying knowledge to real-world business situations. Think like a business consultant, not a cloud architect. You'll need to evaluate, in this business context, which AI solution makes the most sense and why. Here's the domain breakdown. This tells you where to focus. Applications of foundation models, 28%. Fundamentals of generative AI, 24%. Fundamentals of AI and ML, 20%. Guidelines for responsible AI, 14%. Security, compliance, and governance for AI solutions, 14%. To succeed, shift your mindset. You're not memorizing service names or documentation. You're learning how to solve real problems using AI tools. Every question comes with business context. Treat it like a mini case study. And when you're stuck, ask, what option provides the best outcome for the customer? Let's get to it. Artificial intelligence is the broad umbrella that includes machines performing tasks that typically require human intelligence, like playing chess, recognizing speech, or making decisions. Machine learning is a subset of AI. These systems learn and improve from data without being explicitly programmed. The computer finds patterns automatically. Examples include email spam filters and recommendation systems. Deep learning is a subset of ML. It uses neural networks with multiple layers and excels at complex pattern recognition, like image recognition and natural language processing. Generative AI goes a step further. It doesn't just understand data, it creates new content. Think ChatGPT writing text or DALL-E generating images. Foundation models are pre-trained on massive, diverse datasets and have broad capabilities. They can be adapted for many tasks. Examples include GPT-4, Amazon Titan, and Claude. Large language models are a specific type of foundation model. They specialize in text generation and are built on transformer architecture. Examples include GPT 3.5, Claude, and LMA. Transformer models process full sentences using attention mechanisms to understand context. They form the foundation of modern LLMs. Diffusion models generate images by gradually removing noise from data, used in tools like Stable Diffusion. Generative adversarial networks, or GANs, use two networks, one to create, one to detect fakes, resulting in highly realistic outputs. Supervised learning uses labeled data to predict outcomes. It includes classification, e.g. spam detection, and regression, e.g. price prediction. Unsupervised learning finds patterns in unlabeled data. Techniques include clustering, dimensionality reduction, and anomaly detection. Semi-supervised learning combines labeled and unlabeled data, useful when labeling is limited or expensive. Reinforcement learning is based on trial and error. The model learns by receiving rewards or penalties. It's used in games and autonomous systems. Structured data is organized and tabular, like sales records or sensor readings. Unstructured data includes text, images, audio, and video, most of the world's data. Data quality matters. Volume improves learning, variety reduces bias, veracity ensures accuracy, and velocity tracks data generation speed. Data is split into 3 sets. The training set teaches the model. The validation set tunes it. The test set evaluates final performance. High bias leads to underfitting. The model is too simple. High variance causes overfitting. The model memorizes too much. The goal is low bias and low variance, a model that generalizes well. Text and language services. Amazon Comprehend, your NLP Swiss Army knife. Comprehend is your all-in-one text analyzer. It detects sentiment, extracts key phrases, finds people, places, and organizations, identifies PII, breaks down syntax, and supports over 100 languages. Need custom classification or entity recognition? It's got that too. Flywheel keeps your model lifecycle humming in the background. Exam tip: if it involves understanding text, it's probably Comprehend. Amazon Translate. Translate handles real-time or batch translation in 75+ languages, with support for custom terminology to match your domain. When to use? Anytime you're dealing with multilingual content. Amazon Textract. Textract lifts text from scanned docs and keeps the structure. Forms, tables, even handwriting. Key scenario: converting paper-based forms into digital data. Fast. Amazon Transcribe. Transcribe converts speech to text, live or in bulk. It supports speaker IDs, custom vocab, and has a medical version fine-tuned for healthcare lingo. Use case: great for meeting transcripts or call center analysis. Amazon Polly. Polly turns text into lifelike speech with 60+ voices in 29+ languages. SSML gives you pronunciation control, and neural voices bring extra realism. Perfect for accessibility, audio content, and anything that talks. Vision and recognition services. Amazon Rekognition, your computer vision expert. Rekognition handles image and video analysis like a pro. Objects, scenes, text, faces, celebrities, motion, content moderation, and yes, even custom labels. Exam Gold. If it's about images or video, Rekognition is your answer. Conversational AI Amazon Lex. Lex builds chatbots and voice assistants with natural language understanding baked in. It integrates with Lambda for business logic and runs seamlessly across web, mobile, and Alexa. Use when you need a chatbot or voice interface that just works. Smart recommendations and predictions. Amazon Personalize. Real-time, personalized recommendations built with your data. No ML background needed. Scenario: serving the right product to the right customer at the right time. Amazon Forecast. Forecast handles time series data like a boss, automating feature engineering and uncovering seasonality to support solid business planning. Use case: think demand forecasting and inventory optimization. Amazon Kendra. Kendra makes enterprise search feel smart. Ask natural questions, get ranked results, and connect across your data sources. It even learns from behavior. Perfect for intelligent document search that actually understands your question. Specialized AI services. Amazon Fraud Detector. Real-time fraud detection using built-in or custom models. Plug it into your workflow and let it do the watching. Amazon DevOps Guru. Monitors your systems, spots anomalies, and gives you actionable fixes before users even know there's a problem. Amazon Code Guru scans your code for bugs, inefficiencies, and security flaws, and suggests improvements to save cost and boost performance. AWS Deep Racer, a 1/18th scale race car that teaches you reinforcement learning in the most hands-on and fun way possible. That's a wrap on pre-trained ML services. Fast, flexible, and exam-friendly. No model training required. Next up, the content creation revolution with generative AI. Category 2, generative AI services. Welcome to the content creation revolution, where AI helps you generate, innovate, and accelerate like never before. Amazon Bedrock, your Gen AI command center. Bedrock takes the hassle out of generative AI with a fully managed, serverless platform. No infrastructure worries, and you only pay for what you use. It's built for enterprise-grade security and lets you pick from multiple foundation models so you get the best fit for your task. Available models: Anthropic Claude, sharp for analysis and reasoning. AI-21 Labs Jurassic, text generation powerhouse. Meta Llama, open source flexibility. Stability AI, image generation expert. Amazon Titan, AWS's own cutting-edge models. Key features: model playground to test and compare. Fine-tuning your models with your own data. Model evaluation with clear metrics. Batch inference for big data sets. Streaming for real-time responses. Fine-tuning versus continued pre-training. Fine-tuning uses labeled data to sharpen models on specific tasks, while continued pre-training leverages unlabeled data to deepen domain knowledge. Amazon Party Rock. Need to build generative AI apps fast? Party Rock's a no-code builder with a playful interface, perfect for rapid prototyping, all powered by Amazon Bedrock. Use case: quick AI app demos without writing a single line of code. Amazon Q, your AI assistant duo. Amazon Q Business instantly answers questions from company documents, summarizes content, automates tasks, integrates smart permissions, and offers enterprise-grade search. Amazon Q Developer helps developers write code, debug, design cloud architectures, enforce security best practices, and optimize costs. Exam Key. Q Business is for business users. Q Developer is for developers. This is generative AI made simple, powerful, and ready to transform your content creation workflows. Next, we dive into ML platforms and infrastructure. Category 3, ML platforms and infrastructure. Welcome to the heavy-duty machinery behind machine learning, where SageMaker powers the entire ML lifecycle from data prep to deployment. Amazon SageMaker, the ML Lifecycle Manager. SageMaker Studio, your ML IDE. A fully integrated environment with Jupyter Lab and RStudio support, plus a visual drag-and-drop interface for building workflows. Collaborate easily by sharing notebooks and experiments. Data Management SageMaker Feature Store. A centralized place for ML features with time travel to access historical data, online and offline serving, plus feature versioning and lineage tracking. SageMaker Data Wrangler. Prepare data visually with over 300 built-in transformations, get data quality insights, detect bias early, and export in multiple formats. SageMaker Ground Truth. Human-in-the-loop data labeling combined with active learning reduces costs. Customize workflows and integrate internal teams, vendors, or crowdsourced labelers. Model building tools? Built-in algorithms to know. K-nearest neighbors, KNN, for classification and regression. Linear Learner for linear models. XGBoost for powerful gradient boosting. Principal Component Analysis, PCA, for dimensionality reduction. K-means for clustering. Random Cut Forest for anomaly detection. Automated Model Tuning, AMT, uses Bayesian optimization for hyperparameter tuning, supports multiple objectives, and includes early stopping to save time and cost. MLOps and Deployment. SageMaker Pipelines. Build automated CI/CD-style ML workflows with stepwise pipeline definitions and Git integration. ML Flow on SageMaker. Track experiments, manage model versions, register models, and streamline deployments. SageMaker Inference Options, exam critical. Real-time inference, instant predictions with always-on endpoints, best for live, user-facing apps, higher cost but no delay. Batch inference, offline processing of large datasets on schedule, cost-effective for bulk workloads. Serverless inference, auto-scales to 0, pay per request, ideal for intermittent or dev test workloads, but watch for cold start latency. Asynchronous inference, handles large payloads and complex workflows using queues, perfect for long-running tasks. SageMaker Canvas, no-code ML, drag-and-drop interface designed for business analysts with auto ML capabilities. No coding needed, integrates easily with your business data sources. Compute infrastructure for ML. Deep learning AMIs, ready-to-use VMs with popular ML frameworks like TensorFlow and PyTorch, optimized for GPU, CPU. Deep learning containers, portable Docker containers preloaded with ML frameworks, optimized for AWS. Amazon EC2 instances. P4, latest GPU for training. G4, cost-effective GPU for inference. C5, high-performance CPU. M5, balanced compute. AWS Inferentia, custom ML inference chips delivering up 80% cost savings, optimized for transformers. Amazon Elastic Inference, attach right-sized GPU acceleration to any EC2 instance for cost-efficient inference. Healthcare AI services. Amazon HealthLake, aggregates and normalizes health data from multiple sources, stores it FHIR compliantly, applies NLP on medical records, and prepares data for ML, fully HIPAA compliant. Amazon Comprehend Medical, extracts medical info from clinical notes, identifying conditions, medications, dosages, and PHI without needing training data. Amazon Transcribe Medical, specialized speech-to-text for healthcare, recognizing medical terms and doctor-patient conversations, integrates smoothly with clinical workflows, HIPAA compliant. This powerful suite makes SageMaker your go-to platform for building, managing, and scaling ML solutions, from raw data to real-world impact. Why RAG matters, the hallucination solution. Large language models are powerful, but they have a fatal flaw: hallucination. They can confidently produce text that sounds right, but isn't. RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation, fixes that. It grounds model responses in real, verifiable data. Complete RAG workflow. Step 1, knowledge-based setup. Upload docs to Amazon S3, connect web crawlers to websites, integrate databases and business systems. Supports PDF, Word, HTML, and more. Step 2, document processing. Extract text from any format. Chunk documents into digestible pieces. Tag with metadata. Filter noise and remove duplicates. Step 3, vector conversion, embeddings. Convert text into high-dimensional vectors. Similar meanings equals close vector positions. AWS Titan embeddings use 1536 dimensions. Step 4, vector storage. Store in vector databases. Enable fast similarity-based search. Link vectors back to original documents. Scale to millions of entries. Step 5, query processing. User asks a natural language question. Convert question into a vector. Retrieve top-matching document chunks. Semantic search, keyword search. Step 6, context injection. Inject top document snippets into the model prompt. Maintain conversation history. Provide source attribution for transparency. Step 7, response generation. Model generates a grounded answer. Includes citations. Admits uncertainty if context is lacking. Vector embeddings. Deep dive. What are they? Mathematical representations of meaning. Capture semantic relationships. Core of AI-powered search and retrieval. How they work. King and queen in close vectors. Apple, fruit, apple, company. Vector math solves analogies. King, man's woman, queen. Vector database options on AWS. Amazon OpenSearch Service combines vector keyword search, compatible with Elasticsearch. Great for hybrid retrieval. Third-party options. Pinecone, built for vector search. Redis Enterprise, fast in-memory search. ChromaDB, open source solution. AWS databases with vector support. Aurora PostgreSQL plus PG Vector. Amazon Neptune, Graph Vector. Amazon Document DB, RDS for PostgreSQL. RAG versus fine-tuning. When to use what? Choose RAG when. Date updates frequently. News, policies, product catalogs. You need citations and traceability. Time and cost efficiency matter. You're working with heavy documentation. The model needs access to external knowledge. Choose fine-tuning when. You want specific tone, behavior, or brand voice. You have domain-specific jargon. You've got labeled data. Consistency and structure are key. The model needs to learn a pattern, not just retrieve. Cost comparison. RAG, lower upfront cost, pay as you go on retrieval. Fine-tuning, high training cost, slower to deploy. RAG wins for dynamic and fast-changing content. Bedrock Knowledge Bases APIs, retrieve and generate API, full RAG workflow in one call, maintains conversation context, returns answers with sources. Retrieve API, returns document chunks only, you control the response generation, ideal for custom UI or specialized flows. Knowledge-based data sources, Amazon S3, core storage location, multiple file support, automatic chunking and updates. Enterprise integrations, Confluence, wikis, SharePoint, Docs, Salesforce, CRM knowledge, web crawlers, public websites. Advanced RAG techniques, hybrid search, combines semantic and keyword matching, improves both recall and precision. Re-ranking, second pass relevance scoring, boosts quality of retrieved context. Multimodal RAG, supports text, images, and more, enables richer, broader knowledge retrieval. Bottom line, RAG gives you control, accuracy, and trust in AI responses without retraining models. It's fast, flexible, and ideal for real-world, real-time information. Agents for Amazon Bedrock beyond simple chatbots. Traditional chatbots are limited. They follow scripts and respond to keywords. Bedrock agents break that mold. They understand intent, reason through complexity, and take meaningful real-world actions. What makes Bedrock agents powerful? Intent understanding. Interprets what the user actually wants, breaks complex tasks into actionable steps, handles vague or incomplete inputs intelligently. Action execution. Calls external APIs in real time. Connects to business systems and databases. Automates multi-step workflows. Context awareness. Remembers conversation history. Maintains session state. Personalizes responses with user-specific data. Key agent features. Low code, no code configuration. Visual interface for building agents. Drag and drop workflow design. No programming needed for standard use cases. Knowledge base integration. Built-in RAG support for document access. Real-time information retrieval from company data. Multimodal support. Accepts input via text, voice, and images. Can process and respond to various media formats. Zero infrastructure management. Fully managed, serverless architecture. Auto scales with demand. No infrastructure to maintain. The 5-step agent creation process. 1. Choose foundation model. Select the Bedrock model that best fits your task and cost-performance balance. 2. Define clear instructions. Create the agent's persona, goals, and behavior guidelines. 3. Connect knowledge bases. Link to document sources like S3 or enterprise systems. Set permissions and refresh intervals. 4. Add action groups. Define external APIs the agent can call, use open API specs, or connect via AWS Lambda. 5. Deploy and test. Launch in a test environment, run validation, and monitor results. Mash the 8-step agent workflow. 1. User prompt. User submits input, text, voice, or image. 2. Agent analysis. Agent detects intent and required actions. 3. Foundation model interaction. FM plans the strategy for handling the request. 4. Guardrail filtering. Input is checked for safety, policy violations, and appropriateness. 5. Chain of thought execution. Complex tasks are broken into steps and executed logically. 6. Result generation. Gathers and formats responses from data and APIs. 7. Foundation model second pass. Refines results to improve coherence and accuracy. 8. Final guardrail filtering. Final safety check before delivering a clean, compliant response. Common use case support automation. Answer FAQs. Access order history. Escalate complex cases. Available 24/7. IT help desk operations. Troubleshoot issues. Search documentation. Reset passwords. Create and manage tickets. E-commerce operations. Track shipments. Handle returns. Recommend products. Address billing concerns. Enterprise workflow automation. Schedule meetings. Route documents. Generate reports. Manage tasks and deadlines. Advanced agent features. Multi-agent collaboration. Multiple agents handle different domains. Coordinate workflows and handoffs. Enables orchestration of complex tasks. Memory and session management. Retains user preferences and past interactions. Delivers more personalized and consistent experiences. Guardrail integration. Filter harm or policy violating content. Ensures safety, compliance, and brand alignment. Bottom line, agents for Amazon Bedrock are more than bots. They're intelligent, action-driven digital assistants that understand, decide, and do. Perfect for enterprises, ready to level up automation. AWS Security Services for AI. Security isn't optional in AI, it's essential. AWS offers a full stack of services to protect data, models, and applications, from identity to infrastructure. Identity and access management, the backbone of secure access control. Core components. Users represent individuals or apps, groups, assign shared permissions. Roles, temporary access, cross-account or service-based. Policies, JSON documents that define who can do best practice. Principle of least privilege, grant only what's needed. Use temporary credentials. Regularly audit and clean up. Enforce strong password policies. Multi-factor authentication, MFA, adds another layer of defense. Virtual apps or hardware options, critical for admin access. Data protection services, AWS Key Management Service, KMS. Centralized encryption key management, HSM-backed key protection. Auto rotation, full AWS integration. Secures both data at rest and in transit. Amazon Macy, ML-powered discovery of sensitive data. Finds and classifies PII in S3. Alerts on risky configurations. Helps maintain compliance. AWS Secrets Manager, stores secrets like API keys and passwords. Automates rotation, provides granular access control and auditing. Application security, AWS WAF, web firewall for layer 7 attacks. Blocks SQL injection, XSS, rate limiting, bot protection, real-time visibility. AWS Shield, standard, always-on DDoS defense. Advanced, 24/7 support, deeper protection guards network and transport layers. AWS Network Firewall, stateful firewall with deep packet inspection. Custom rules threat intelligence, protects VPC traffic. VPC endpoints plus private link, connects securely without exposing to the public internet. Keeps AI workloads contained, reduces attack surface dramatically. Detection and monitoring, AWS CloudTrail, logs all API activity, essential for audits and forensics, immutable and integrated with CloudWatch. Amazon Guard Duty, ML-powered threat, detection spots anomalies and suspicious behavior. Uses AWS Threat Intel feeds, supports automated responses. Amazon Inspector, scans EC2, containers for vulnerabilities. Prioritizes by severity, continuous monitoring. AWS Security Hub, central view for security alerts, scores compliance and risk posture. Connects multiple AWS and third-party tools. Supports automation and remediation workflows, responsible AI principles and practices. Security is just one piece. Responsibility must be built into every layer of AI. The 8 pillars of responsible AI. 1. Fairness, no discrimination, no bias. Diverse training data and teams, regular testing and mitigation. 2. Explainability. Models should be understandable, show how decisions are made, support human judgment. 3. Privacy and security. Protect personal and sensitive data, limit access, minimize exposure, secure training and deployment. 4. Safety. Systems should behave reliably, fail gracefully, alert quickly. Enable human oversight. 5. Controllability. Human override is essential. Boundaries must be defined. Enable escalations. 6. Veracity and robustness. Accuracy matters. Handle edge cases, resist attacks, perform consistently. 7. Governance. Clear accountability structures. Internal audits and documentation. Follow legal and ethical frameworks. 8. Transparency. Be clear about AI capabilities and limits. Document decisions and model behavior. Report impact publicly. Generative AI-specific challenges. Toxicity. Models can generate offensive or harmful content. Filter aggressively using guardrails. Hallucination. AI might make up facts with confidence. Use RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation, for grounding. Plagiarism and copyright. Models may reproduce copyrighted material, implement filters and attribution detection. Interpretability. Deep models are hard to explain, use explainability tools to gain insight. Non-determinism. Same input, different output makes debugging and validation harder. Embrace robust evaluation methods. AWS Services for Responsible AI. SageMaker Clarify detects bias in data and models, explains model predictions, monitors fairness over time, integrates across ML pipeline. SageMaker Model Monitor tracks model performance, detects drift and quality degradation, alerts on issues. SageMaker Data Wrangler flags bias during data prep, visualizes data quality and fairness issues, helps build better training datasets. Amazon Bedrock Guardrails filters harmful, biased, or inappropriate content, detects PII, prevents prompt injection attacks. Customizable for your use case. Amazon Augmented AI A2I human-in-the-loop review adds oversight to sensitive predictions, supports custom workflows. Common AI attacks and mitigation. Prompt injection, trick the model into ignoring instructions, mitigate with prompt templates plus input validation. Prompt leakage, extract hidden system prompts, mitigate with secure design plus access control. Jailbreaking, bypass safety filters, mitigate with red teaming, robust content filters. Data poisoning, inject bad training data, mitigate with data validation and source throttle extraction. Reverse engineer models via queries, mitigate with rate limits and differential privacy. Final thought. AWS gives you the tools to build AI systems that are secure, accountable, and trustworthy. Because responsible AI isn't a feature, it's a requirement. The art and science of prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is part technical craft, part creative finesse. You're not just giving commands, you're learning to speak the language of an incredibly smart but literal alien intelligence. Core prompt engineering techniques, zero-shot prompting. Give a clear instruction, no examples needed. Best for simple, well-known tasks. Example, translate this to French. Text, few-shot prompting. Provide a few examples to teach the model the pattern. Best for complex or nuanced outputs. Example, 2-3 examples of sentiment analysis, then ask for a new one. Chain of thought prompting. Ask the model to reason step by step. Best for logic, math, and multi-step reasoning. Example, let's think this through step by step. Negative prompting. Tell the model what not to do. Best for avoiding common mistakes. Example, stick to the facts, no opinions. Role-based prompting. Assign the model a specific persona or role. Best for domain-specific expertise. Example, you're a senior financial advisor. Explain. Critical prompt parameters. Temperature controls creativity. Range 0.0, 1.0. Low 0.1, 0.3. Conservative, predictable. Medium 0.4, 0.7. Balanced. High 0.8 to 1.0. Creative, even chaotic. Exam trap. Temperature affects creativity, not speed. Top E is sampling. Controls how adventurous the word choice is. Low, consistent and tight. High, broader, more varied vocabulary. Top K. Limits choices to the top K tokens. Low K, safer, more focused. High K, wider language variety. Use with temperature for nuanced control. Max length, max tokens sets how long a response can be. Good for cost control, structured output. Different models equals different token limits. Stop sequences tells the model when to stop. Useful for clean output boundaries. Example, stop at hash or after a closing tag. Advanced prompting strategies. Prompt chaining. Break down complex tasks into stages. Example, search, summarize, format. Keeps output structured and accurate. Constitutional AI guides the model with principles built into modern models to reduce bias and harmful output. Retrieval augmented prompting. Augment prompts with external data. Great for reducing hallucinations, staying current errors. This is the backbone of RAG. Prompt engineering best practices. Be specific, don't be vague. Define exactly what you want. Format, tone, length, constraints. Use examples wisely. Show the model what good looks like. Include edge cases. Keep it consistent. Iterate and refine. Prompting is trial and error. Test, tweak, repeat. Design for your audience. Match the prompt to the end user's needs. Plan for edge cases. Handle weird inputs gracefully. Common prompting mistakes. Overcomplication. Too many instructions equals confusion. Keep it focused and clear. Underspecification. Missing details lead to off-target responses. Example bias. Bad or narrow examples lead to bad results. Use diverse, high-quality samples. Parameter confusion. Using temperature to control speed? That's a miss. Understand what each parameter actually does. Final thought, prompt engineering is how you unlock the full potential of generative AI. It's a skill, and the better you get, the better your results. Let's talk strategy. You've put in the work, now it's time to make it count. Domain-specific study priorities. Start with the big one. Applications of foundation models. It's the highest weighted domain, so prioritize understanding when to use RAG versus fine-tuning, how to choose the right bedrock model, what agents can do, how knowledge bases work, and the core techniques behind prompt engineering. Some scenarios are worth committing to memory. If the content is document-heavy and constantly changing, think RAG. If you're looking at a multi-step workflow or calling APIs, that's a job for agents. When you need a specific brand voice or consistent behavior, that's fine-tuning. And for generating content in real time, go with Bedrock. Next up is fundamentals of generative AI. You'll want to know the difference between foundation models and LLMs, understand their strengths and limitations, get familiar with Bedrock and SageMaker Jumpstart, and grasp how parameters like temperature, top P, and top K affect outputs. Then there's fundamentals of AI and ML. Be sure you're clear on the AI, ML, and DL hierarchy, the difference between supervised and unsupervised learning, the bias variance trade-off, and how to evaluate models with metrics like precision, recall, and F1 score. Here's a quick service cheat sheet. Text analysis? That's comprehend. Image and video? Recognition. Speech? Transcribe and poly. Want to build custom models? SageMaker is your go-to. For responsible AI, focus on the 8 core principles: fairness, explainability, privacy, safety, and so on. Know the types of bias, how to detect them, and how AWS services like Clarify and Guardrails help maintain responsible use. And finally, security, compliance, and governance. Brush up on IAM best practices, how encryption works with services like KMS and Macie, and how AWS tracks, monitors, and protects AI workloads. Tools like CloudTrail, GuardDuty, and Security Hub are key. GuardDuty and Security Hub are key. Keyword recognition for faster answers. When you're scanning a question, certain words can instantly clue you into the right service. If you see phrases like document repository, need citations, or external knowledge, that's RAG territory. If the question mentions multi-step process, calling APIs, or business automation, think agents. Words like brand voice, domain expertise, or custom model training usually point to fine-tuning. If you're seeing phrases like training pipeline or MLOps, that's probably SageMaker. And if the question is about foundation models, multiple providers, or generative AI, it's likely referring to Bedrock. Question type tactics. For single answer multiple choice, read every option, eliminate the obvious wrong ones, and watch for hints tied to cost, scalability, or the right AWS native service. With multiple answer questions, remember, you have to get all the correct ones, no partial credit. Read carefully and look for clues in the wording. Matching questions are all about pairing concepts correctly. Start with the ones you're most confident about and use process of elimination for the rest. For ordering questions, think through the logic of the process. What has to happen first? What depends on what? And with case studies, take your time. Read the scenario closely, highlight the requirements, and match them to the services that best solve the problem. Time management. You've got 90 minutes for 65 questions, which gives you just under a minute and a half per question. Don't burn too much time on any one item. Mark tricky ones and come back. Here's a solid strategy. First pass, knock out the easy ones quickly. Second pass, handle the moderate ones. Third pass, go back for the tougher questions. Final pass, review your marked items before time's up. Last-minute success tips. Get your head right before you start. Show up early, take a breath, and read the instructions carefully. Stay calm and steady. In the exam, be thorough but don't overthink. Trust your prep, eliminate wrong choices, and look for key context clues in each question. Be aware of common traps. Remember that temperature controls creativity, not speed. Understand the differences between inference types. Know when to use RAG versus fine-tuning, and don't mix up IAM roles and users. When in doubt, go with the AWS native service. Managed services are usually the right call. Pick the most secure, scalable, and cost-effective option available. Final confidence boosters. You've studied hard, you know the content, and you're ready. AWS certifications are built for practical learners, and they reward thoughtful problem solving. Many people pass on their first try. Once you're done, your score will arrive in a few days. The cert is valid for 3 years, and renewing or upgrading later is easy. You've got this. Congratulations, future AWS Certified AI Practitioner. You've just completed a comprehensive 40-minute journey through the entire AWS AI ecosystem. You now have the knowledge, strategies, and confidence to tackle the AIF-C01 exam. Key takeaways. AWS AI services solve specific business problems. RAG and agents are game changers for practical AI. Responsible AI isn't optional. It's essential. Prompt engineering is both art and science. Security and governance enable AI at scale. Your certification journey. This isn't just about passing an exam. You're positioning yourself at the forefront of the AI revolution. Employers are paying 43% to 47% more for AI-skilled professionals across all industries. Final reminders. Trust your preparation and instincts. Think like a business consultant, not just a technologist. Focus on practical applications over memorization. The future is AI-powered, and now so are you. Go show that exam what you're made of. The world needs more AI practitioners who understand both the technology and the responsibility that comes with it. You've got this. All right, folks, that's it for today. If you enjoy Wisdom Bird Talks Tech, don't forget to like, bookmark, and share. Your triple support is the biggest motivation for Wisdom Bird to keep going. Got a tech topic you want to hear about? Drop it in the comments. Wisdom Bird will cover it next time. See you in the next episode, where we'll keep chatting tech, talking people, and exploring the human warmth behind AI. I'm Wisdom Bird, the super smart bird flying with you on this tech journey.